Good morning, it's Stephanie, and I just wanted to do this little video for the YouTube. I know I did it live the other day, but we're going to do it for the YouTube today so that you all can see when you're doing a larger quilt. Now I have a small sample here in front of me, just so it's just easier for a camera. Anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to lay your backing out. So I've got this red here for my backing. Then you would lay your entire piece of batting out, okay, on top of that. I use 505 spray based to baste my backing and my batting together, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and spray the center portion of my backing, and I'm going to put my batting on top. Then I go ahead and I take my scissors and I'm going to cut in a wavy line my batting, okay? So this would be here, like this. Then of course there would be another one on this side. So what you're going to do, you're going to spray base that center section in. I usually fold it in the middle, make a crease so I kind of know where the middle is. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the top. Again, I'm going to just spray base. This makes this tacky. It doesn't make it super gooey, okay? So you're going to spray base, you're going to lay your top on, and you're just going to push the wrinkles out. And this is going to keep your 3 layers together. And this prevents you from pinning. Now, I'm not saying you can't pin, but this keeps you from having to stop or move the pin. You know, you can't go over it with your ruler and everything. So this then puts your 3 layers together. Then, you know, I would go in and on my big quilt, instead of sitting behind my machine here like I am right now, and what I end up doing is I'm pushing this quilt around inside of here and I'm doing my quilting, and what happens is you get all this bulk up here because there would be batting in here and all this stuff crammed into this tiny little space. Well, when we're sitting back here and we're sitting back here to sew and we're sitting back here to do everything, what happens is we're constantly hitting the throat of the machine. And, well, that's why we end up spinning the quilt all the time. So you spend your entire day spinning, 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 and quilting very little. So instead of doing that, what I generally tell people is you want to move your chair down here. So instead of sitting back here where I'm sitting right now, you want to move your chair down here. So this way, when you put your quilt in your machine, now you've only got the center portion of batting. All of this part up here is going to be empty. And now, because I'm sitting down here, I'm now moving my quilt back and forth like this versus back and forth like this. Okay? If that makes sense. So once you've done that, and now you're quilting from here to here, and you're quilting that whole length of that quilt, you get the center portion done, you're going to pull it out, and you're going to end up with a small portion of your batting still showing here. That's when you take that second piece of batting, wherever I put it, and you're going to butt that right up against, well, let's see if we can get it the correct way. How about the correct piece of batting? Okay, so it would come in and go like this. So now this piece of batting is going to butt right in to that wavy line. So when I'm spray basting this, again, I'm spraying not super heavy, but my batting is going to come down on top. I'm going to be able, because this is tacky but not super sticky, I can lay this right in here like this. And then again, I would do spray again. My top would go down. But what's going to happen when I'm using any of my Path Easy templates, when I come down to do this next row, I don't know if you can zoom in here, Dusty, my stitch line is going to go right over that seam. So you're not going to have any time for shifting or any of that. So it prevents you from having to do all those extra steps, because when you're using those Path Easy templates, you're going to stitch right over that whole seam the whole way down. And then, of course, when you do this section, of course, you're going to turn your quilt around. So you're only ever going to end up with 1/3 of your batting in your throat space at a time. It just saves your arms, your shoulders. And if I turn my sewing machine this way, you know, like I would be sitting down here, but if I turn my whole machine, I'm going to end up with table on this side and table on this side, which is going to prevent all that drag from your quilt hanging over. So that's what you're going to want to do when you're doing those really nice big quilts. It's going to really help you out a lot and, you know, save you a lot of time. So hope this helped. I'll talk to you later.